I just saw a charity watchdog article still ranking non-profits by overhead ratio in 2025. This methodology has been formally discredited. Hi, I am Dr. Blessing. Let's audit this logic. The best non-profits spend less than 15% on overhead. High overhead means wasteful spending. The overhead ratio, the percentage of budget spent on administration versus program, has been the dominant measure of non-profit efficiency for decades. GuideStar, Charity Navigator, and the Better Business Bureau all used it as a primary metric. The problem, every major researcher in non-profit evaluation has now declared it invalid, including the funders who used it. This is the evidence. In 2013, the heads of Charity Navigator, GuideStar, and the Better Business Bureau Wise Giving Alliance jointly published an open letter to the non-profit sector called the overhead myth. Their conclusion was overhead ratio is a poor measure of a non-profit financial health or organizational effectiveness. Now, you ask, why is overhead ratio harmful? Because it penalizes non-profits for investing in the exact infrastructure that produces better outcomes like data systems, staff training, evaluation capacity, technology, and leadership development. Organizations that starve themselves of overhead also starve themselves of the systems that make them effective. A real case. A children's literacy non-profit held its overhead at 8% for 7 consecutive years to maintain donor appeal. What they cut? Their data analysts, their CRM system, and staff professional development. Without data infrastructure, they couldn't prove their outcomes. And without proof of outcomes, they started losing foundation grants. They solved the wrong problem. Low overhead doesn't mean high impact. It often means zero ability to prove impact. Now, here's the OLPADR way. Replace overhead ratio with a 3-metric evidence portfolio. At number 1, outcome achievement rate. What percentage of your stated outcomes did you hit at target or above? This is a primary performance metric. Now, how you spent money, what changed because you spent it? Number 2, evidence infrastructure investment in your organization. Investing adequately in the systems that produce the evidence. Evaluation budget as a percentage of program budget is a better quality signal than overhead. Industry standard says 5 to 10% of program budget allocated to M&E. And finally, step 3, cost per outcome unit. What does it cost you to achieve 1 unit of your primary outcome? $400 per youth reaching grade level reading, $2,200 per adult placed in employment. This is a fundability metric, not a frugality metric. When a donor or funder asks about overhead, flip the frame. Our overhead rate is X%. Our outcome achievement rate is Y%, and our cost per outcome is Z%. Here's how we know that's a funder grade answer. This client was at 11% overhead and losing grants. We reframed their reporting to outcome achievement rate, 82%, M&E investment at 7% of program budget, and cost per employment placement at $1,840. They submitted to 3 foundations using this framework. They were funded by all 3, totaling $890K. So are funders judging your overhead instead of your outcomes? Download the free impact brief template to reframe your funding case. Links in the bio. Evidence-led, impact-driven, the OLPADR way.